Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look into a couple of missing persons who went missing around the same time. We have Patricia Alice Faulkner. She went missing October 9th, 1977. And we also have Betty Loggins Emmett, who went missing October 27th, 1977, with a child less than 1 year old, it says. Holly Ann Emmett, who also went missing October 27th, 1977. Patricia Alice Faulkner, according to the Charlie Project, went missing from Marietta, Georgia. She was born June 2nd, 1942. She was 35 years old, 5'1" and 100 pounds when she went missing. Brown hair, hazel eyes. She has had extensive dental work, including fillings in her back teeth and porcelain caps or crowns on her front teeth. Her ears are pierced. Her nickname was Patty. Patricia was last seen in her home in Marietta, Georgia, October 9th, 1977, it says. She lived there with her two children. She and her husband of 18 years, Richard Wayne Faulkner, had separated, and Wayne was living in Birmingham, Alabama. He traveled to Patricia's home that day to sign the divorce papers. Their daughter overheard her parents arguing, then heard a door slam. When the children woke up in the morning, there was no breakfast, and Patricia was not there. Wayne stated she left the house angrily during the night. He didn't report her missing for 3 days. Police at the time believed Patricia left of her own accord, and they never searched the house. Wayne found Patricia's blue 1977 Buick Riviera at Hartsfield International Airport 2 weeks after her disappearance. He stated there were no indications of foul play, and the police declined to examine the car themselves and simply left it with them. Patricia friends, however, described her as a devoted mother and didn't believe she would have abandoned her children. She left behind all her clothing, money, credit cards, and her 4-carat diamond wedding ring. The missing persons investigation was reopened in 1990, and Wayne was named the main suspect in Patricia's disappearance, but he was never charged. He was convicted of bank fraud in the early 1990s and sentenced to a year in prison. A woman's skeleton was found in a wooded area in Marietta in June of 1993. Authorities thought it might be Patricia's, but over a year later, the match was ruled out. Wish they would check again. Patricia's case remains unsolved. Okay. And then we have Betty Loggins Emmett. She was 36 years old, 5'8", 120 pounds. She and her 4-month-old daughter were last seen at their home in Gainesville, Georgia, October 27, 1977. Betty's husband, Holly's father, reported Betty took Holly and left their home at about 1 in the morning. Betty told her husband that she was leaving the state and did not say where she was going. An unknown vehicle drove up to pick Betty and Holly up. Betty went back inside the home to grab her clothes and then left. Betty and Holly have never been seen or heard from since. Strawberry blonde hair and hazel eyes. So there's 2 women that went missing and a child. So let's see what we have. The Doe Network says that Patricia was born June 2nd, 1942, and there's the information. You can pause it and read it if you would like to. And let's see. Reddit has information. It says Patricia Ann Faulkner was living in Marietta, a suburb of Atlanta, Georgia, with her 2 children, Angie and Richie, in the fall of 1977. It was Sunday, and she was expecting her estranged husband at the house they once shared to sign the papers that would finalize their divorce. That same evening, she disappeared from her home. She was never heard from again. known to her friends as Patty. It says here she was 5'3" and 100 pounds. She was born in Macon, Georgia, and lived in Alabama for a number of years before returning to Georgia. She had married her childhood sweetheart, Richard Wayne Faulkner, in 1959 when she was 17 and he 19. Together they had 2 children, a girl and a boy. After 18 years of marriage, however, their relationship fell apart and they separated. Wayne Faulkner was living in Birmingham and traveled to Marietta that Sunday to sign the divorce papers. That night, their 17-year-old daughter overheard her parents arguing. Then she heard a door slam. When she woke up the next morning, her mother didn't have breakfast waiting for her and her brother like she usually did on school days. She wasn't in the house at all. Patricia was gone, as was her blue 1977 Buick Riviera. When Angie left for school that Monday, she was concerned that her mother hadn't been home that morning. She called a friend who suggested she ask her father where her mother was. Taking her friend's advice, Angie woke up her father and asked him. Wayne replied, "She'll probably be back soon." Patricia didn't come home. 3 days later, Wayne finally reported her missing to the police. He eventually told the police that Patricia had left the house angrily during the night. When questioned, he said he suspected she caught an airplane and went away. Police at the time believed him, and they didn't even search the house. 2 weeks later, he reported to the police that he found her car. They didn't check the car. Her friend said she was a devoted mother. Investigators reopened her case in 1993 after a woman's skeleton was found in a wooded area 3 miles from Patricia's home in Marietta in June of that year. Authorities thought it might be her, but over a year later, it was ruled out with the help from the FBI crime lab. He was convicted of bank fraud in the early 90s and sentenced to a year. Many questions surround her disappearance. And did they ever figure out whose body that was in the woods in Marietta? And so there's that as well. I mean, who was that? And then I left this one in because it mentioned Macon. So Macon, Georgia, September 8th, 1977. And this is a month before she went missing, but I decided to leave it in there. September 8, 1977, Macon, Georgia, 28 to 52 years old. Female, uncertain of her race, was found in a wooded area off Riverside Drive, 1 mile north of Arkwright Road in Macon, Georgia. Not recognizable, partial skeleton parts only. And if I can get my mouse to work. November 5th, 1978, Atlanta, Georgia, ages 18 to 99. Cannot estimate the height or the weight. Estimated PMI months. Skull mandible tibia found near a power company substation. Bra panties and slacks. Red slacks found nearby. And let's see who's the next one. Atlanta, Georgia, ages 18 to 40 years old, November 12th, 1979. Let's see, years estimated PMI, cannot estimate the height or weight. Found at mortar construction site, skull and mandible, but mandible does not fit the skull. The upper skull appears to be from a young white female. And I don't know how young that is, so I don't know if that would be a child. Severely weathered, may have been there for years. Torso not recovered, 1 or more limbs not recovered, 1 or both hands not recovered. I don't know why my mouse doesn't work sometimes. January 19th, 1981, Atlanta, Georgia, ages 18 to 99. Months, adult, had been there, estimated year of death, 1980 to 1981, so that wouldn't be either one of them, but I put it in there. Skull was found with 6 loose teeth, possibly brought into yard by a dog. No further information is available. So there's that one. April 4th, 1992, Atlanta, Georgia, age 35 to 60, estimated PMI years. Can I estimate height or weight? Top of skull, Found in woods. Size suggests male, but unsure. Bone could have been there for years. So there's that. Well-worn Dynasty 8, I don't know, tennis shoe was found near the skull fragment. East Point, Georgia, April 7th, 1999. Years, adult. Estimated PMI's years. Estimated age range could be anywhere from 18 to 99. Unsure of the sex or the race of the person. Right side of a human mandible was found in an overgrown backyard near a house undergoing renovation. The only portions found were fragmented areas near teeth number 21 to 32. And the last one we have is they're not sure if it's a male or female or the race, ages 20 to 50. Found in 2005, estimated PMI years, estimated year of death 1950 to 2005. Bones found by a surveyor working in the area. Bones included left parietal bone, frontal bone, occipital bone, and some more. And you can pause that and read it if you like. And so there's the does that I have. I don't know if any of them could be either Patricia Alice Faulkner or Betty Loggins Emmett or her daughter. If you have any information about what happened to them or who any of those does might be, please contact authorities. Don't forget to pray for their families, their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.